get into it, guys. Welcome to the new members webinar. I'm glad you guys came in. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys now. All right, so here we are in Bittrex. So the main thing is, when you pop on this home page, it'll show you some of the biggest traded. Like this is top volume. Some of the top volume coins. This is the biggest percentage gain. Oh shit. But yeah, you can see that right when you come on Bittrex. They have these kind of like little high score charts. And then you can just quickly look. If you click right here, you can see NEO has the top volume. You can do it by percentage change by just clicking that. So I see some of the top gainers. Crazy. Should have gone in on some of these, but we'll get into it. Usually, if you go look at these ones, I know someone was talking about CPC in the group, Trig token. These ones might be, these ones might be potential entry positions because they're down so much. But then again, I usually like to go for the ones with the highest volume too. And so it's really like, those are the two things we look for: volume, high volume, and this is just too much green. That's a problem. So let's talk about the decimals. So let's open up my notes just so you guys. Really, you've been trading off those crosses? That's good. On which one? That's good. That's good. Yeah, you should be looking at the the smaller time frames. Just so you know, the MACD and the RSI is meant for the 4-hour time chart on those specific. Yeah. So this is just like quickly to break it down for you guys, how you can easily estimate these decimals. So if you know like Bitcoin is that much, you can automatically add a zero, take a zero down. That's how I do it. Just think of it like this. So when you see all these guys down here, you see Ethereum is 0.07. Well, you know that 0.01 is $45. So you know it's about 300 something, right? And so that's how I do it. Like if you got, like let's say you want to know how much of this one, OK coin, you see it's one more zero. So you know it's going to be about 45 cents because you do one more. So, I mean, just a little trick. If you got a 5, you just take half of it. So if you got like, it would be about 225 or something like that. So just quickly for you guys so you understand the decimals. Also, important to note, like Bitcoin is measured up to 8 decimal points. So what they say is there's a unit called a Satoshi, and that's the 8th decimal place, and it essentially means 100 million Satoshis per Bitcoin. So this would be 10 million Satoshis. This would be 10 million, and then this would be 1 million Satoshis. This would be 1 million. This would be 100,000 satoshis. This would be 10,000 satoshis. So 4 zeros, you're at 10,000. So once you get into the last 4 zeros, let me just show you, for instance, this is 11,000 right here. So you see how all of them are written to like 8 decimal places. So you can see easily, like, this is 11,000 satoshis, 67,000 right here. And so, like, a lot of times when we're trading, we'll just read it like that, just to save time. Like, we don't have to say 0.00 or whatever. You just say, like, this, okay, 5,100 satoshis, or some people say sats. And so this is like 756 right here. It's pretty easy to read once you figure that out. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to quickly show you guys how I do an order. And also how you guys can keep track of your orders. A really good way is if you can print this out. You can print all your orders out. So you can, see basically this is what you bid. This is the actual rate that you got filled at. This is the Bitcoin you spent. Obviously these are the shares. So sometimes when you place an order on Bittrex, you want to take the last price. So you take the last price, and so you want to put this is the units, whatever. This is where you put the price. And then if you click on this BTC right here, it'll automatically show you. So I don't have that much, so. No, this is the quickest way. That's why I wanted to show you guys. So the thing is, sometimes this price will be moving so much that if you don't put it in a time, it will miss the target. So then you'll wind up like having, okay, so this is what happens. Let me just do pretend like I'm gonna buy this coin right now. Yeah, look, you can do the same thing. Like go like this, boom. See? So you can type in the BTC amount, whatever. So I'll do that. Boom. Put it in. I just want to show you guys. You can click these. Yeah. When you click it, it'll fill it in automatically. Yeah. So, I mean, let's just say I want to do this. Buy 100. And so what'll happen sometimes is you can do a limit order. So if you want to say, look at the chart and be like, you know what, I want to buy it right here at 17,000 satoshis, you can go ahead and just do that. And then it'll create a limit order. So I want to show you guys what happens when you do that. So obviously now it's not going to get filled for a long time until that target hits. But so what you'll notice is that for having that open order, they actually take the Bitcoin from your wallet. So it's here as an open order, and then you go to wallets, and you notice that Bitcoin is gone from the Bitcoin balance. So sometimes if you put in an order and you spend all your Bitcoin, you'll be like, what happened? My order didn't fill. And then you'll go back over here and try to make another order. But you'll see that it says insufficient amount of Bitcoin available. And so what you got to do is make sure you just go here and close out that other order, because that's what's going to hold you back from. Does that make sense? I don't know if you guys have had this problem, but I just want to tell you, you got, when these open orders, make sure you close them out, because that's only for limit orders, and then it'll go back into your balance. So I have these two sell limit orders right here. And so like it shows up. So I have these sell limit orders set, and I actually have the status, and it puts it into reserved right here. So if you're wondering why you can't see your orders, like it's still there. And yeah, so now we'll talk about the RSI a little. So basically, the specific settings for the RSI and the MACD was designed for the Bitcoin USD trading pair. Just because basically that pair is like the index for the whole market. It's like the S&P or like the Dow Jones, essentially. And so that's why we designed the specific settings for the Bitcoin chart, because if you notice, like all of the other charts follow the Bitcoin pair for the most part. Not every time. Obviously there's going to be, but when you just see the general trend, I mean, look at all of these charts, they look almost exactly the same. With a dip right here, maybe like a double dip for some of them, and then a peak. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is what happens. Like, in the run-up to that peak, that new all-time high, I think you were right that a lot of times the charts wouldn't match because there's so much speculation going on, so much volatility. But this is normal. Like, I'm used to this. All the charts following Bitcoin, this happens majority of the time, I would say. And the one thing exception, well, I know, like, here's the thing, like, you got to think of all as like commodities almost, and I know that in the past Ripple would be the only one that would not look like Bitcoin. Like sometimes everyone would look the same, and then Ripple would be like doing the opposite. But that's because Ripple has its own thing going on, its own like economy, its own little. They have fiat gateways for Ripple. You know, I think that's really important. Like right now, the main fiat gateway is Bitcoin. Then they got Ethereum and Litecoin on Coinbase. But for the most part, I don't know about too many fiat gateways other than Bitcoin. But so I mean, there are going to be some divergences. Obviously, like you see OMG and NEO, they've got so much volume right now. And I would say that the volume is what's making these charts, look different. So let's just look at the Bitcoin chart. So yeah, like I was telling you guys, it's like for the 4 hours time frame. And so basically, just to make it simple for you guys, this is the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence indicator. The blue line is called the signal line, and the white line is like the MACD. And so what this measures is there's two moving averages, and it measures the distance between the two moving averages. So it basically measures the volatility in the market, like how far high and low it goes on an average. And so when the two lines come closer together, that means that they're closer. So instead of the volatility being very wide, it's actually a lot closer spread. So that what that means is that there's a consolidation happening. So when we get into the -2, below -2, that's a strong buy signal, and when we're over +2, that's a strong sell signal. And so the RSI is really similar. It's a momentum indicator, and what this does is it measures the
gap between the high